Hey guys, Mecha-san here with a Watch Mojo video, specifically a Mojo Plays video. One that's a topic that, with what's going on with the gaming industry now, I really want to talk about as well. Because, yeah, there are so much of thoughts that I relate to this video here. It's a top 10, or rather, like, it's a 10 type of video games we're sick of. Obviously, not saying like, the franchise or anything like that, but just the gameplays and stuff that we're tired of, and in the gaming industry that just doesn't get that. Dude, the trend's died. The trend's done. The trend's done. It's over here. What's there to stay is gonna stay, but move on. Obviously, for me, I think the live service games, it's like people still trying to sell us on live service games, even though by now, that's it. We're done with live service here. We've got the ones we're sticking to. I'm still playing Destiny 2 and stuff like that, and that's it. That's my only live service game. I'm not playing any other games here. Not even Genshin Impact. I've just stopped here. Maybe I'll go back eventually, but I don't know. There's still, of course, Honkai Star Rail, stuff like that I want to try out, because, yeah. And Xenozone Zero, I'll give it a shot. I don't know. But those kind of games, it's like, just stop trying to force feed us, especially with that. And then these PvP games. I'm sick and tired of PvP games. I'm sick and tired when you release a brand new game that have like characters, stuff like that, a story that would make great PvE single player narrative story driven games, and then make them into freaking like PvP multiplayer co-op just only fighting shooter games like Overwatch. That's the one I still am so pissed off by. It's like, you could have easily done something like Sonic Adventure, with how there's a whole selection wheel, stuff like that, of playing characters here. Sometimes their paths intersect, they go a different way, etc. And just keep introducing characters here. I would have easily accepted where each character, they have mission profiles, like only like, I don't know, a 4-hour campaign, but it's a story that all comes together and new characters come in, you can expand upon that. And of course, really tired of the massive open world, explore everywhere, stuff like that game where there's so much to do and so little. I mean, I'm just so sick of that here. It's like, give me small sandbox space. Small sandbox, open worlds, tiny. Like, right now I'm playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, and I like it so far here because it looks beautiful here. It has enough to appease me here, between the season changing, the scenery, stuff like that. There's a bit more in there here, but at the same time, it's like, I kind of wish there was a way to keep on track. So at least it's not going all out like it did for Valhalla. So I'll give them that. But yeah, games like that here, games like the Marvel Spider-Man games, which, yeah, even when I'm swinging around tall buildings, it doesn't feel like I'm wasting time. I'm having fun in this open area. But most of these times, like, just not anything to do here, and these worlds are buggy. You fall through and everything. They're games that get released incomplete, but don't worry, day one patch or shoddy port. I'm going crazy. Just watch this. Just watch this, and I'll talk about which one they bring up.
It's simple.
Fair games.
Too much money and too much power is held by just a few people. And it's only getting worse.
Welcome to Mojo Plays, and today we're tired of replaying the same types of games over and over again with a slightly different art style.
Oh yeah.
What happened to innovation? When did everything become copy and paste?
When they got lazy. When they got super corporate. Like super corporate here, and you could say after the COVID lockdowns ended, and people stopped playing money on playing games because they were locked inside. They weren't locked inside anymore.
The loser of the league, folks. The fastest man alive. It's the Flucker.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Kitchen sink. These are the jack of all trades, master of none type of games.
I mean, the
Good morning, Mr. Riggs.
what?
And explore the
Oh,
area.
wait, rift
Ones where they
breakers.
combine every type of
Spell
genre
Force?
into one to give players as much content as possible without ever really nailing down any one particular playstyle. These types of games
kitchen
throw
sink.
every possible combination of gameplay styles at players and expect them to remember how every system works individually while also managing or maintaining all the other aspects the game haphazardly throws into the mix as well.
All right. That's actually the first time I've heard that term here, the kitchen sink games here. And I get it. Yeah, so they throw everything, every kind of mechanic and such into one game and expect us to just know all this stuff here, like what have a have our own how-to guide in front of us saying okay, all right, this is what I gotta do. Okay, page 318, there it is here. Okay, and go to page 100, but 114 back here for crying out loud. You gotta even order this right.
While some games have managed to find a combination that works for them, more often than not, the game becomes too overwhelming and continues to introduce new gameplay mechanics and controls so late in the game, it's easier to just
Battleship
give up
Brigade?
for something else than attempt to learn yet another genre.
Yeah.
I estimate a few thousand creatures running at our base. Prepare yourself, Ashley.
This will be a tough fight.
Give me more guns.
Now,
ARPGs.
have returned, and the Ember Empire finds itself on the brink of collapse.
Now, we're not saying specifically
Last
that
Epoch.
we're tired of action RPGs, just a very specific type of ARPG.
Yeah, which type?
In particular, the Diablo-esque ARPG. It seems like these days this has become the go-to genre for medieval fantasy games
I've
with
got
an
nothing. I don't.
isometric gameplay style and endless hack and slashing while you uncover new and more powerful loot.
Okay, these kind of ARPGs, Diablo style, I don't play much of them at all. I know I played some, but I think I could count them on one hand the amount of Diablo-esque style games I've played.
The thing is, the genre already has its champions, namely
Diablo?
and recently Path of Exile 2. And there's not much that can be done to improve on the formula.
Plus, I'm looking at this and it's like, yeah, this is the kind of game I would only play on the PC. Heck, Diablo started on the PC game, and
Maybe if developers and artists attempted to adapt the genre to something outside of dark fantasy,
Yeah.
then it would be more interesting.
And I'm not
Right
big
now,
on
all
not.
these games have become so copy-paste, it's becoming difficult to tell them apart.
And once more again here, keep people. While I do play some fantasy games, I'm not that big into fantasies. Hell, especially dark fantasy games.
And the deluge just continues, usually accompanied with a fancy CGI or animated trailer that gets you excited, only to reveal it's yet another Diablo clone.
Yep.
The dream continues to haunt me, old friend.
Yeah, one of those things where you're fun to watch trailers. It's incredible the work they do in that, but the game's like, meh.
Cozy, we get it. Video
Oh.
games are how a lot of people unwind. So why wouldn't you want something more laid back and easygoing to spend your downtime with? But do we really need a couple dozen of these kinds of farmy life sim games released every freaking year?
Oh.
Honestly, just like
No.
RPGs, these games start to blend together after a while.
Yeah, we see like, what's it? A farming sim game? Oh, wow, damn it. I don't play it, I forgot its name big time here, but it was a one that people did the meme with Doomslayer. I don't play those games, but I know that game. I don't think the time apart here. It's like Animal Crossing, and there was a period. There's a gap. There's a gap in between where we didn't get a new entry until that day, But yeah, all these cozy games, I never really played them here. I do sometimes like those kind of style here. Like, hey, again, in AC Shadows, there is the whole base building thing here. We could form your hideout and have it decorated with cool trees and statues, stuff like that here. And I want to experiment on that. That's a cozy feeling here as I deal with my more like, say back like, okay, where should I put this here? Where's the best place to pull this nice, beautiful fountain or this scenic bridge? Have this garden here next to maybe the shrine right there with the pathway. Oh yeah, that would look nice. Yeah, that sounds. I'm saying all that. It's like I actually relaxed and like the plans stuff like that here. It sounds cozy. That's nice. But when you have so much, it's like
there's only so many ways.
And even then, that game is just something as a side.
Interesting, and the majority of people who play
Stardew Valley
games already have their favorite picks.
Yeah, Stardew Valley is a popular one. Animal Crossing, that's the one. That's the one. Animal Crossing.
Stardew Valley, or refurnishing their house for the 100th time in Animal Crossing.
Survival games, which.
Survival games on their own
Rust.
are a niche genre. Although micromanaging required simply to keep yourself alive within the world is a challenge on its own. But as with our other entries, there hasn't been much innovation beyond what was popularized by Minecraft well over a decade ago. These games are also usually an enormous time sink. Gather resources, try not to starve or get dehydrated, only to get bodied by a creature that far outranks you and start over from scratch.
Yeah.
It's a difficult genre to find the sweet spot in, and players who are dedicated enough can carve out their own slice of life within these worlds. However, many developers are simply adding
Aim at the eyes.
mechanics. Specifically, the crafting and building elements to their games when they make little to no sense being there and only detract from the experience. Surviving the real wilderness is more fun than this.
Oh, what the?
Open world sandbox.
Oh, here we go, yeah.
Stolen gun belt. So how does an up-and-coming gun for hire like you wind up in a hot mess like
Saint
this?
Row? It's not the bad game. One that's panned as hell. Watch Dogs? I like Watch Dogs. Haven't played Watch Dogs Legion yet. I got it. We'll play it. We'll stream it. See how that's like.
Rockstar continues to improve the genre they helped pioneer. Many developers struggle to make their open
Mafia
world
3
in any meaningful way. What makes the GTA sandbox so compelling is that there is always something to do or interesting to find. But modern open world sandbox
Crackdown 3
are more concerned with the size and scale of the world.
And I was excited for that game too, because I played Crackdown 1 and 2 on the 360, and I thought Terry Crews and that's really fits in my opinion. And well, I've heard nothing but crap.
Instead of making it fun to explore.
You know, you're a real asshole. What did you just say to me?
Stop it! You're ruining my yoga!
Dozens, if not more, of these kinds of games would benefit from a more streamlined or linear approach.
Yes, linear!
Utilize the more is better mentality, which prioritizes style over substance.
And yeah, that's the problem here. They focus so much on... It's a whole thing, fashion over function. When it should be the other way around here. You can't... A game thing can look pretty here, but if it doesn't do its function well, what's the point? You just wasted money. You scammed me. This thing is supposed to do... This thing looks pretty is supposed to do this one very clear thing, and it can't do that. It can't do that well. Then what? Then I'm not gonna buy it. Or I'm gonna feel robbed, demand my money back, probably sue. And oh my God, look how that's going on here. That's pretty common in the game industry these days. Here, people getting sued up the wazoo.
These days, any game that claims to be open world is just code for lifeless.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, oh my god. Again, AC Shadow, it feels like there's life in that game. A bit more here. Still not as much, but certainly more than Valhalla did.
Makes gamers pray for a fast travel system to bypass the monotony.
Even then, yeah.
Kill me. I'll be replaced tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
No one will even notice.
Hero shooters.
Oh. That's the term, yeah. I keep forgetting that's the term for the massive missed opportunities. When did hero shooter become a thing? When did it start? What year? Whatever year it was, I'm pretty sure it peaked in its third, maybe fourth year. Yes, Overwatch. Like, each one of these characters, like Symmetra right there, like the girl Symmetra. I would have liked to have seen more of her here, especially with the fact that apparently she's what's the word? It's like almost autistic, something like that. That's the word. Oh, she's got like autism, stuff like that here. Because there was a nice, incredible scene in like I think the motion comic where she sees a painting that's a little crooked, and it like drives kind of really annoys her. It's like how does the person owner of this stand this crooked painting here? And she moves to just right it to make it even and stuff like that. There's a lot of character here, or Tracer with the whole thing where she has to have that device on her all time. Hell, there was Winston here. He's fun. Where where like how he was from the moon. He left, and God, I like the trailer where he sees the crime happening. It's like he wants to like recall, but and then he tried to make a speech about how the world does need us. There's just so much you can do with each of these characters on their own individual stories. A Sonic system like they did with Sonic Adventure just seems would be perfect.
Capture the objective.
Let's do it!
This is undeniably a genre
Instead-
that both peaked and died within the same game.
What the? Hey! Yeah. Overwatch.
The success of Blizzard's shooters
Paladins? Oh,
included
yeah.
a deluge of copycats, all chasing the same glory of Overwatch. A few, if any.
Battleborn, yeah. I like the 2D opening there, and some of the characters look fun. I would like to see the series.
Managed to even make it on players'
But yeah,
radar.
Battleborn died in the same year, like after a few
This
months.
is also a genre
Frag
that
Punk, the
refuses
new
to
game.
die, with a new
Yeah.
hero shooter seeming to be revealed almost weekly. And yet, despite countless failures, developers and publishers continue to push for that 1 in a million chance their game manages to dethrone the Titans despite the overwhelming odds.
Never gonna
The
happen!
genre has become so saturated and stagnant that even Overwatch's follow-up couldn't match the success of the first game. And
Yeah, it's
it's been
sad.
on life support ever since, despite numerous updates. Concord is the latest
Concord,
example of
yes.
failed attempt
Heroes.
to recapture lightning in a bottle.
And I can't wait to see that episode in Secret Levels, just to freaking laugh out loud.
The players had moved on from long ago.
Yes! We're done with the hero shooters. Okay? Enough. Stop it. You're wasting my... the court needs to freaking get in... The law and the court needs to get in this here. Like, are we still fighting for the whole loot box issue? I mean, I know some countries have put their new law legislations on that here, but in other parts, is it still going on? I'm pretty sure it's still going on. I haven't heard hide or hair about that here. Nowadays it's just about keeping the games from getting killed off, which is driving me nuts.
Wait, no, wait. No, not there.
Cheater! Oh, death! Okay, that's kind of cool, actually.
Battle Royale.
Ugh.
What was once a novel concept quickly became stale as the success of PUBG and Fortnite drove the industry into a frenzy attempting to capitalize on the trend.
I hate Battle Royale. Okay, you guys know that I always have hated, always will hate anything multiplayer, PvE, PvP, PvP. So Battle Royale, when a game's all that, I hate it. And when a game causes, a Battle Royale game causes the death or of a good single player game, I despise it. And look what they brought in here. I'm pretty sure that frickin' Apex Legends, a game that helped kill the Titanfall franchise. I want a new Titanfall 3! Is that too much to ask? The thing is, I want to play Mecha Break. I know that's, at least I know PvP, PvE components, but Max, the Max are beautiful.
Out of the numerous copycats who attempted to break into the genre, probably only Apex Legends and Call of Duty Warzone emerged as true competitors for the Battle Royale crown. But that hasn't stopped others from attempting to replicate this runaway success. Adapting the formula to
Fall Guys,
everything under the sun.
Which, okay, yeah, I heard good things about Fall Guys here, but it's more of a party game, a la Squid Games kind of thing, from what I hear. Not, apologies for that, people here. I felt the little tremor. Been happening quite a bit often here. I'm getting worried.
Players immediately began to grow tired of the formula as devs oversaturated the genre almost overnight.
Yeah.
Combining this mode with every other form of microtransaction practice under the
Oh
sun,
boy, yes!
Publishers who saw the gameplay style as their next cash cow immediately flooded the market.
What?
And gamers almost
What?
instantly became bored and have long since left the gameplay mode behind.
Yeah.
Opting instead for more traditional multiplayer experiences. Live service.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about here. And this, oh boy. Yeah. All right, when I saw this game, I was a bit cautious about it. I wasn't as critical as a lot of people were. For example, people complain about why these guys don't look like their MCU counterparts. Yeah, like they... Yeah, right, nah. I mean, if you thought the game was bad then here, imagine how much worse it would have been if they have to fork over the money to pay for the likeness rights of Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans and frickin' Scarlett Johansson, for crying out loud. Nah. That said, it was pretty bad. It was a bad game. So bad here that I still have yet to pick up Guardians of the Galaxy, which I hear is a lot, which I know heard a lot better all throughout here. Gotta get me that game. But yeah. And I will say, I do like I got a collector's edition. Of course, I showed you it. I like the statue. I like the little Captain America statue right there, so I don't regret it. I rarely regret if the game may be bad, but if the collector's edition is a pretty solid piece, I'm okay with that. I don't regret buying the collector's edition. Sorry, but the live service, it's done. But this is let's watch this.
Tony, check it out. At once. Try to keep up. You waiting?
Yeah, obviously. Figured I'd let you catch up.
This can apply to such a wide array of genres, it's become a red flag for anything with even the notion of the practice. The idea that gamers are not
Crucible?
more than ATM machines
Oh, yeah, remember that.
multi-million-dollar publishers has warped the industry to such
Concord.
a point it might never recover. Demanding players pay for
Babylon's
the privilege
Fall. Oh my god, that yeah, so bad that they kind of made it a tax write-off or something like that. I don't know.
in your game with countless minor updates, usually at premium prices, while also expecting them to play your game and only your game every single day. These types of games are also usually heavily monetized with microtransactions and battle passes under the guise of free to play.
Yeah. Now, I do still play Destiny 2, like I said, and I will be buying the Edge of Fate expansion. But that's it. I don't spend real world money on the Everest store to buy like the various cosmetics and ornaments and finishers and emotes. No, I do not actually buy actual silver for that stuff. I just wait in the Bright Dust store until it comes in, whatever they got. That said, he's also right here. This goes with. Oh, sorry, people. I'm talking a lot right now. It's dry in my throat. That goes with what he said with the loot box in the hero shooter. They're going all out and nickel and diming us, especially after COVID, after the lockdowns, everything like that here, when we no longer had to stay at home. We were no longer like buying all these games, stuff like that here. The game companies saw a massive like uptick in spending and stuff like that here. That when the lockdowns happened, so when they ended and it went down, they panicked. They're like, no, what happened? It's like, we no longer have to be in our homes. We no longer have to just spend money on Game Pass or monthly subscription fees or any of that here. But they didn't understand that they all they saw was their money going down here, and they didn't like that. So they came up with ways to try to recoup what they thought were incredible losses here. When it's a bubble, it's a quick bubble that popped. There's no making the bubble again here. They're just trying to stabilize yourself here. It would have gone back down to pre-lockdown days, but no, you wanted it to stay at that peak and keep going up. And so how do you do that? By trying to
some publishers
squeeze us dry
enough to expect players to pay premium prices to simply buy the title and then continue to gouge them with endless content streams that add little or nothing to the overall experience except a way to force players to pay just a little bit more for the privilege.
Yep.
Witness brought darkness into the Traveler.
I mean, I like Destiny too.
Their threat,
I like it.
Annihilation.
Extraction. Just like Battle Royale, this is a genre that is quickly overstaying its welcome. What was once a novel concept
Escape from Tarkov
has become the go-to for creatively bankrupt developers and publishers looking for
I have not played an extraction
the
shooter.
idea behind the gameplay style is sound.
As far as I can recall, never. Forever Winter, never.
Is incredibly high.
Yeah.
Making the genre extremely niche.
Yeah, it's like if you play an extraction shooter that's been out for 2 years,
and yet
you're gonna be overshadowed.
Down. A recently canceled Titanfall sequel was going to be yet another extraction shooter.
Oh,
and Sony's upcoming.
I did not know that. I honestly, Titanfall 3 was gonna be an extraction shooter. I honestly did not know that. Or maybe I did and I blocked it from memory because it just sounds too horrible to be true.
Between Marathon and Fair Games, or as they're better known these days, the Concord trilogy.
The Concord.
Resounding indifference from gamers. Extraction games can absolutely find success like Escape from Tarkov, which essentially wrote the playbook. But without the creativity of newcomers like Repo, the genre is quickly becoming yet another oversaturated and creative dead end.
Yeah, I've heard of Repo.
Souls-like.
Idyr's darkness threatens to desolate our world.
The success of Dark Souls...
Steel Rising I do want to play that game, actually. It kind of interests me.
Not go
And again, Lies of P as well. I played the demo. We'll be interested.
unnoticed by the gaming industry.
But yeah, for the most part,
elements of
Souls.
puffed up their gameplay style
Ugh.
everywhere.
You guys saw my Sekiro gameplay, right?
Genre of gaming. While some of these elements were
Lords
implemented
of Fallen.
more subtly, many games aping this style of gameplay went from homage to just straight up reskin.
Of course.
The traditional action game
Stellar Blade, we'll get that
died
game as well.
completely within a generation as more and more game developers were focused on making their games more challenging than simply fun hack and slash.
Yeah, I want fun hack and slash here. I want to be able to just like slash, and the enemy can do basically nothing to me.
Formula became
I
so
want-
prevalent.
Don't make
that
cry,
it
please.
affected indie developers, a section of game development once renowned for their creativity and genre-bending games, that has now become a printer for Souls-like titles in everything from straight-up rip-offs like 2D Souls-like, isometric Souls-likes, and even
Death's
FPS
Door.
Souls-likes.
Wait, Death's Door is a Souls-like?
The recent re-release of
Ninja
Ninja
Gaiden?
Gaiden 2 Black has thankfully reminded gamers that action games don't always need to follow the Souls formula to be fun and
Yes! I mean, I remember... Oh my god, yes. Because 360, Ninja Gaiden 2. And boy, was that a challenge. I still haven't beaten that game.
Back to hell. All paths before me are cruel and arduous. Our time has come.
What genre of gaming are you sick of being forced into every game? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Did you enjoy this?
Live service. I'm done with live service here. I'm sick of the micro payment. I'm sick of hero shooters here where you have pretty good lore and story that would make for a great single player. You do that? You waste it like that? And Battle Royale. Frankly, Battle Royale, stuff like that, those kind of games get so much attention, require so much attention and workforce that it detracts on so many other potentials here. Like, I'm just looking at some of the games that got in this window right here. It's like, Jesus Christ. My God, Infinite Warfare Call of Duty. That was my first Call of Duty game. I thought there'd be mechs in there, here, giant robot, but there were. But even so, I like the story campaign and call it that game. Me saying that. Oh boy, yes, it's like there's Titanfall 2, Uncharted, Nier Automata. I gotta get back to that game here. I probably have to restart all over from the beginning here. But oh god, Mega Man X. Yeah, is it that hard to make a freaking 2D platformer shooter? It's that kind of game, and you can't make those anymore. AAA. You know what we need to do? We need to freaking let the AAA games just take a break. Focus on the AA. Focus on games. Example, Claire Obscura. That was like a AA game, $50, and holy shit! It's taking the freaking gaming industry by storm. Oh my god! Also, look, there's Dishonored 2. Yes, there's Arkham Knight right there. Awesome. Borderlands 2. Oh, Neo. Oh, Journey. It's like, oh man, I feel like playing that game again. That was a nice, fun, calming game. Just there. Head toward the light, the top, but you can look around, everything like that. Feel good. But yeah, basically, stop trying to go for the AA, and certainly don't start quadruple A. Go back to the double A's. Look through the catalog you got here. Give me. You got High Noon. Oh my god, what am I saying? What am I saying here is like they won't listen. I mean, look what they did. Microsoft did just recently. They laid off 9,000. You know, I hope those 9,000 make their own little new like independent studios, like split off something like that here. You know, and we need new studios to rise, like big studios that aren't indie level anymore, but a little higher. I don't know. Okay, guys. Maybe I will actually, because right now on my PS5, I've been getting notifications on a couple of the games, like small indie titles, something like that, that I've had on my wish list for a while now, like even a few years, finally going on sale. I might pick them up and try them out. Finally, get them off. And people say there are no games to play. There's a ton of games to play. I got a ton of games right there, both mostly played games and a few still unplayed that I'm tackling. So there's plenty to play from. Oh, but there's too much to choose from. Just pick a random game from yourself. I don't want to. Anyone who says there's so many choices. Ever heard of Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo? Do that or just cover your eyes. Okay, this one. Okay, there you go. That's my game I'm gonna play. Oh boy. Or, you know what, do some trophy achievement hunting. Just go from that. Just saying. Okay, I think I'm done enough here. So everyone, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening to my little mini rant. As always, comment down below what you all thought. Like and subscribe for more videos. Is there a type of game that you are fucking sick of that they didn't bring up here? Tell me. Until then, it's Mecha-san, and I'll see you guys in the next one.